Hello everyone! Welcome to another reading from the Jesus Storybook Bible. Again, we hope you have your copy at home so you can look at the pictures as we read through. This week we are doing A Little Servant Girl and the Proud General. And this is the little slave girl in Naaman from 2 Kings 5.
For Naaman.
We're going to read and find out.
Okay.
And I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I should have looked up pronunciation before I started.
Hey, we read
Yeah,
that.
we read that one, didn't we?
And we have one of those.
Yeah, okay, let's start the story for them. Naaman was a very important man in a very important army of a very important country. So you see, he was very, very, very important. But Naaman was sick. He had leprosy, which is a nasty thing that stops you from feeling anything. Bits of you fall off without you noticing, like bashed fingers and squished toes. It might sound funny, but it wasn't. And Naaman certainly wasn't laughing. There was no cure, it never went away, and in the end, it killed you. Naaman needed help. Now, there was a little slave girl who worked for Naaman, and she knew someone who could help him. But there was a problem. Naaman was her enemy. Not long before, Naaman had led an army raid on her home in Israel. He had killed her whole family, carried her off to Syria, and made her into a slave. Every night she cried herself to sleep. She had lost everything. Why would she, of all people, want to help Naaman? Didn't she hate him and want to hurt him back? Didn't she want to make him pay for the wrong he'd done? That's what you would expect. But instead of hating him, she loved him. Instead of hurting him back, she forgave him. I want Naaman to get well, she said to her mistress. There's a man in Israel called Elisha who can heal him. I'll go, said Naaman, loading up in his wagons and putting on his flashy armor. We'll find out. But I'll go to the palace because that's where someone important like me gets healed. So he hurried off to Israel and went straight to the king. My healing, please, he announced. I can do lots of things, the king replied, but only God can heal. Just then, a message from Elisha arrived. Send Naaman here, it read. So Naaman hurried off to Elisha's house, but Elisha didn't even come out and greet him. He just sent a servant instead. Doesn't Elisha realize who I am, Naaman thought? So here we can see his travels.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But what the servant said next made him even crosser. Do you know what cross means?
No.
Kind of to be angry at someone. So crosser means that he was even angrier or more upset. Wash in there, he said. So the servant said, wash in there. That was a message from Elisha. Just wash? Naaman laughed. In that slimy, stinky river? He looked around to see if this was some kind of joke. It wasn't. Any person can wash in a river, he thought. I am Naaman. I am important. I should do something important so God will heal me. And he rode off in a rage. Of course, you and I both know that's not how God does things. All Naaman needed was nothing. It was the one thing that Naaman didn't have. God knew that Naaman was even sicker on the inside than he was on the outside. Naaman was proud. He thought he didn't need God. His heart didn't work properly. It couldn't feel anything. You see, Naaman had leprosy of his heart. God was not only going to heal Naaman's skin, he was going to heal his pride. As you can see, that river doesn't look very nice to go into.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So Naaman finally agreed to wash in the river, and instantly his skin became smooth like a baby. Naaman wanted to pay Elisha. God healed you. You can't pay, Elijah said. It's free. And so it was that a very sick man was healed, all because of a little servant girl who forgave him. God knew sin was like leprosy. It stopped his children's hearts from working properly, and in the end, it would kill them. Years later, God was going to send another servant to forgive as he did, to forgive all of God's children and heal the terrible sickness in their hearts. Their hearts were broken, but God can mend broken hearts. So that's our story for today. So one of the things that taught us was about grace. And so that's forgiving others. Are you sometimes upset with maybe James? And James, are you sometimes upset with Madison?
Yes.
If you guys get in an argument, or one plays with a toy when they weren't supposed to, or it's kind of frustrating, isn't it? But instead of just staying angry and maybe just not being nice anymore to them, that's not really what God wants us to do, is it? We should forgive them and still be kind and loving towards them, because that's what Jesus did to us. We sin, and so we deserve punishment for that. But is Jesus going to punish us?
No.
No, he died. Well, God's not going to punish us because Jesus died for us, because he forgave us through that, right? So that's a good lesson. When others anger us or make us upset, we shouldn't hold on to that and make us meaner and our heart harder. We should forgive. It's not easy, but we can pray that God can help us forgive those that hurt us, and then pray to God that he can help us love them too and continue showing loving kindness. We hope you have a good week. It looks nice and sunny out there, so hopefully you can get out and enjoy, and we'll see you next week. Bye.